Hello, everyone, and happy Monday. If you're watching this on the Monday morning when this comes out, everybody loves Mondays, but hopefully, hearing this, it can make your Monday a little bit better. Alright, so we're done with BBL Supercoach, and now it's time to get into the AFL season. And one thing about a BBL Supercoach is you need to pay attention to the fixture. Alright, there are teams with double games, which doesn't apply in AFL, and there are bye rounds, which we have extra byes this round, so we have to take them into consideration. As I think there's 8 teams that are playing in the opening round, or round 0, and then shortly after, they're going to have a bye. So, not looking to start too many players of this that have the opening bye rounds. So, first off today, we're going to look at GWS, who are playing in the opening round against Collingwood, but so I'm actually considering some of these players, and I've looked at a couple of other content creators, and they have similar plans to me where I might actually start some of them. All right, so reason, well, look at this fixture: round 1 against North Melbourne, and round 2. So in this round, the price changes will actually come into place after this round, after their third game. West Coast, and then they have their bye. So, I just find this too hard to ignore, this North Melbourne West Coast, who I've highlighted in blue. No disrespect to them, but they were the clear bottom 2 last year. And you can see here, green, I've got 13th to 16th, 9th to 12th, 5th to 8th, and in red, 1st to 4th. So obviously that's going to change this year. Teams aren't going to all finish in the same position as last year. So what am I looking to do? So I might start a few of these GWS players and then look to flip them to a player who has a round 2 bye, and we'll be bye free until the proper bye rounds, like round 12, 13, 14, 15. So, without further ado, let's get into the orange team. Alright, so starting with defenders, Lockie Whitfield, he's 519k. I'm probably not going to pick any of these players at this point in time, but I'll still watch them in the preseason / round 0, likely going to be a pass. And something that will be a recurring theme in these GWS preview is it's going to depend on how they go in round 0, and looking at break evens and all that sort of thing. So something to consider. All right, Harry Himmelberg, he's at 450.4k. Believe he just missed out on forward eligibility because he spent nearly half the year, the first part anyway, playing as a forward. But he moved back into defence. I picked him up last year at a cheap price, and he started scoring. He did very well for me. So, if he was available as a forward, I'd very much consider him, as he is underpriced, but there might not be any room with some other Supercoach defender options for me at this time. But, I'm not going to 100% rule any of these players out, so we'll see what happens. Perryman, not really an option, just a name I thought I'd throw in there, just because in some of my draft leagues, he's always my opponent when I have an opponent that has him in his side. He he tends to kill me, so that's just why I put him in there. So it's likely going to be a no. Nick Haynes, he's a former past premium, but no, don't think we're going to go there. Isaac Cumming, 387.6k. Watching the preseason, but it's likely going to be a no from me. Adam Kennedy, who's also available as a forward, 145.8k. I'm pretty sure he did a knee injury last year. I'm not sure how he's going with that. I don't think he'll be ready for round 1. Well, I could be wrong. But yeah, he has that. He's cheap. He has that defender forward eligibility. But he's not. I don't think he's ever been a really high scorer. I think he's one of very few original GWS players still on the list. But yeah, it's like probably not going to go there. All right, let's go on to the midfielders. Whoops. All right, so Tom Green, pretty expensive at 621.5k. I had him in my side the whole year last year. I got him in my draft keeper league, so I hope he does well. And I'm expecting him to have a big year, but I'll probably look at him at about just after the round 12 bye, because I don't want to have too many round 12 bye players, because I want to bring them in round 13, which will help me with round 14 and 15 buys, because round 13 we only have Fremantle and Port Adelaide players. So, players from those two teams, I'm going to highly consider. And look to trade him in at about round 13. All right, now Caniglio, and we'll throw in Josh Kelly as well. These are two that I'm likely to start one of these. They're both around the same price, 568k, and just again, looking at these fixtures. North Melbourne, West Coast. These guys are capable of going 200 plus on their day, and they could easily have their day against North Melbourne and West Coast, who, once again, no disrespect, but they're clearly the two bottom teams, and I expect them to be similar this year. All right, so a couple of other options: Callan Ward, Finn Callahan, just Aldi versions of these players. Probably won't go there, but who knows, if they score huge against Collingwood and they have a low break even, hey, we could have a little bonus of making us a few dollars before trading him out to a certain Carlton player. Alright, we've got Josh Fahey. Is he best 22? Well, he did play a few games at the end of the season, but he did start as a sub, he came off as a sub, didn't score that well, but he gets a lot of the ball at VFL level, and he's lost his defender status as well, though, which is a bit of a downer. All right, and Jacob Ware, injury affected by 2023. I think he got knocked out by, who was it? Was it Shane McAdam from Adelaide? But he is rookie priced. Now, one thing I am considering with these rookies from GWS, if they do play, so we have 40 trades this year. So usually, I think we say a trade is worth 150k, right? But since we got more trades, those trades, they become less valuable, in my opinion. So, if he goes, even if he scores, someone like a Ware at that price, scores well, has a big increase of say 70, 80k before their bye, after the West Coast game, I'll probably still trade him out to a 123k rookie that I don't have, just to bank that cash. And try and use that cash to try and upgrade my team quicker, if that makes any sense at all. All right, so finish with the midfielders. Let's move on to the rucks. All right, so obviously not many options here. Kieran Briggs. Now, he was 250k or something last year when he took over the ruck duties from Matt Flynn, who has left to go to West Coast, who they play in round 2. Ooh, that'll be interesting. The Flynn Cup. Alright, anyway. 608k. He is expensive, but he's the clear number 1 ruck. And the round 1 and 2 opponents of, potentially Cherry, who's an unproven ruck, who's likely to be number 1 ruck for North Melbourne, and Flynn or Williams. Now, last year, I think every ruck beat up on West Coast ruckman. All right. So yeah, but I don't want to be mucking around too much with my rucks this year. I think last year I did about 5 or 6 trades in my ruck, even though I said I wouldn't the year before. So yeah, I'm just trying to set and forget the rucks this year, and I'm probably going to go with the ruck combo that most teams will go. Bruce, 308.2k. He's injury prone. He's the number two ruck behind Briggs, clearly. And yeah, only way to consider him is if Briggs has a LTI. That's if Bruce isn't injured himself. Alright, on to the forwards now. Now, a few names. Toby Green, 508k. Bit expensive for a forward option, considering I'm probably going to spend up on the defenders and midfielders. I think the forward line will be a line that we can probably take a few risks. I think, but yeah, unless he kicks 10 goals against Collingwood, he could go nuts against North and West Coast as well. But it's likely going to be a no. And also, please don't get suspended. Alright, Jesse Hogan. Now, reason why I've got in here. Jesse Hogan, are you crazy? Key forward? Come on. Alright, I watched this guy destroy my side Essendon, who, doesn't have a very good back line. He kicked 9-10 goals. So he had a huge game. Now, North Melbourne, West Coast. Man, West Coast. Who's going to play on Jesse Hogan in round 1 against North Melbourne? Is it going to be Aiden Core? They've lost Ben Mackay. Is it going to be a rookie Toby Pink? Yeah, I don't know. Griffin Logue maybe, I guess. But yeah, and West Coast, I guess Tom Barrass. He's a good defender, but they don't have much else. So if Barrass is injured, yeah, he could go huge in both those games. All right, then I'd trade him out after that game because don't want a key forward in my side unless it's against these two. All right, but the more likely route I'm going to go is Cadman. Now 127.6k. He's actually cheaper than his starting price last year. Number 1 draft pick, he was 220k. But why is he 127.6k? Well, it's not because he didn't play. He played, but he just didn't average very well. He didn't score very well. So, if he might play round 1. Hopefully he plays against Collingwood. Hope he does well. But if he plays North Melbourne and West Coast, he'll probably pick up their number 3, defender, which could give him a chance to score well. He might kick a bag, and I'm sure GWS would want him to, just to get his confidence up. But yeah, if he can have a couple of good spike games right here, I'll trade him out round 3 for a rookie price player. Hopefully he can make maybe 50, 60k. Yeah, that's could be an option. Okay, so that's it for the GWS team preview. Let me know what you think. Were there any players that I missed? Please let me know. Okay, and I will see you in the next one. See you. Bye.